Hello, this is topic 3-4 over inequality applications. Let's go ahead and have a look at our first example. Albert earns $350 for each hour. He wants to earn at least $52.50, and we're looking for how many hours? Well, $350 for each means I'm going to multiply, and I like to use H for hours, so a number next to a letter means multiplication. And we want to earn, so I'm going to leave a blank over here, and I want to earn $52.50. Or 52.5. Now, this is what I earn, and this is what I want. Now, I'm trying to figure out which one is better. Do I want my earnings to be bigger than what I want, or my earnings to be less than what I want? Well, of course I want them to be bigger. Now let's look at the wording again and see. We want to earn at least. So the question is, if I earn exactly $52.50, have I earned at least? Well, that answer is yes, and so I get an equals bar. So that's my equation. Now I need to go ahead and solve it. So 3.5h greater than or equal to 52.5. To get h by itself, I need to divide both sides by 3.5. And 52.5 divided by 3.5 comes out to 15. So I need to work at least 15 hours, or Albert needs to work at least 15 hours in order to earn $52.50. Let's take a look at example number 2. So we've got a skate factory. The daily production cost cannot be more than $5,400. It's 15 to make each pair, and the daily costs are $900. Okay, and this is daily costs. Let's go ahead and put these together. Well, I get the 5,400, and that's my budget. And then to make my skates, well, it's $15 for each pair of skates. So 15p for pairs of skates. And, well, that means I'm going to have to add to my costs. This is where I'm calculating costs. Daily operating costs are $900. That means if I'm just going to open up my skate factory for production at all, it's going to cost me $900 just to pay my electric bill, my employees, just opening the doors. It's $900 for that day. And then it's $15 for every pair of skates that I want to make. So here's our question. We have our budget and we have our costs. And our budget needs to be larger than or equal to our costs. Okay? If our budget is smaller than what we spend, then we've gone over budget, and I don't have enough money to pay my employees that day. So I want to make sure that I keep my daily costs below my daily budget. And so that's my equation, and now I need to go ahead and turn that into figure out what P is. So 5,400 greater than or equal to 15p plus 900. Start off by subtracting 900, and 5,400 minus 900 is 4,500. greater than or equal to 15p. Divide both sides by 15. And I get that p is less than or equal to 300. So I need to make no more than 300 pair of skates. And this was my original equation. And so that's how we work that problem. Let's take a look at our next example. Here we have a group of 3 friends. They go to the movies. Okay, so they pay for their tickets. Okay, so we have 3 friends, and they have $10 to spend. Well, sodas cost $1.50 each. And a box of popcorn costs $1.75. So we want to know how many sodas if they buy 2 boxes of popcorn. Well, we started off with $10. And I know that this is the most I have. So my $10 has to be greater than or equal to my expenses. So this is in pocket. And this is spending. And what I have in pocket has to be more than or equal to what I spend. Well, sodas are $1.50 each. Now I'm going to go ahead and use X for sodas, just because my S's tend to look like 5s. And then I want 2 boxes of popcorn, so whatever I spend on sodas, I'm going to add what I spend on popcorn. And so this would be 2 times $1.75 because I'm getting 2 boxes of popcorn. And so this is my equation. Well, let's go ahead and work on solving it. Well, 2 times 1.75 is 3.5. I go ahead and subtract the 350 from the 10. And I have $6.50 left to spend on sodas. Well, if I divide that, I get that I can buy 4 1/3 sodas and spend all of my money. Well, I can't buy 1/3 of a soda. And so, I'm just looking at the 4. So I can buy up to 4 sodas. I can't buy 5 sodas. I could buy 3, or I could buy 2, or I could just buy 1. Depends on how friendly these friends want to get. And so that is that particular problem. Moving on to our last example. Kevin's history grade will be determined by the average of 4 tests. So he's got a 76, an 85, and a 74 on the first 3 tests. Well, that's only 3 tests. Test 1, test 2, test 3, and test 4. I'm going to go ahead and use X. And he wants to earn at least an 80, and again, we're talking about average. Well, to find the average, I simply add all numbers and then divide by how many I have. And I want to earn at least an 80. That means that this average okay, needs to be bigger or equal to my minimum average. If I get less than an 80, maybe I'm grounded this week. Okay, who knows? But this is the problem that we have, and so this is our equation. And now we need to go ahead and solve it. Well, 76 plus 85 plus 74, that makes 235 plus my fourth test divided by 4 is greater than or equal to an 80. Well, I don't like denominators, so I'm going to multiply to get rid of it. That gives me 320. If I subtract the 235, I get 85. So if Kevin wants to make a B, he's got to earn at least an 85. And so that was the last example. So all we're doing is we're given word problems. We need to translate those word problems into inequalities, which we then solve, and I want your answers written as statements. That way we bring it back into the real world. Good luck on your assignment and have a good day.